company that's going to install that solar farm, Boralex, was already issued a permit to do so by the state before they held this hearing.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if we found out at some point that Alex got really irritated with people in her area for driving two ways on a road that is two directional just because she had it in her brain that you could only drive one way on it. Alex this time is confused about the permitting and public hearing process because she went to a public hearing recently for the big solar farm that's installed generally in her area. Definitely not within a mile of her, which we'll get to in a minute. But she's upset that this solar company got their permit approved before this public hearing. I guess she thought that her words were going to prohibit this large company from getting their permit for this solar farm. This is not how permits work, Bubba. This is the information about this hearing in general. And you can see here, this is Tuesday, September 30th, going to have a public comment hearing. It's a public comment hearing. She's also upset that they weren't allowed to ask questions. They were just allowed to comment. And that she felt like that she didn't have agency. This is a public comment hearing. You don't have much agency at a public comment hearing. When was the last time that you heard of a public hearing actually changing something about what was the hearing being on? It just seems really naive. And besides that, it's not like people didn't have a heads up before the permit was issued. Back in 2024, July 19th, Boralex submitted its 94C application for Fort Edward Solar to the Office of Renewable Energy Siting. Prior to the application submittal, a 3-day NOI was sent to all owners of residences within 1 mile of the project facility, as well as any and all applicable lawmakers and municipalities. Ads were placed in the Glen Falls Post-Star, the Glen Falls Chronicle, Granville Center, blah, 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 blah. Copy the notice available here. Here it is, 3-day notice of intent to file an application. This was posted and mailed to people. This notice is being provided in accordance with New York law and is being published at least 3 days prior to the filing of the application. People had a heads up on this if they wanted to pay attention to it. Just because you decided recently that you hate solar doesn't mean that now you get to suddenly disrupt the permitting process. Nobody would file permits or do business in your county ever. Like, you can feel what you want to feel about solar farms, however misguided you are, but they're not even being sneaky about it. They are being upfront with local law. They're following local law, and the local law actually seems built to give residents an adequate heads up of something major like this. And imagine what she could do if she actually cared about humanity.